Hello. Welcome. Hi. Remember what I was actually doing. I think we had... Okay, yeah, we can shoot, but we can't really aim our shot. And we have some collision issues. Whoa. Did I just ride an arrow? That was wild. What a fun bug. I guess I somehow got velocity from the arrow colliding with the player. It's going. I'm in the sky because I made a bug where shooting an arrow made me fly into the sky. Well, aside from that, it's good. How you doing, Bray? Yeah, you know, everyday normal stuff. I think it should just be a matter of making it so the arrow doesn't collide with the player's collider. So like right now, we have this collision shape on our rigid body, and it's colliding with layer 1. And I think the player is also colliding with layer 1. So I think, yeah, so it's masking layer 1. I could make another layer for projectiles, and okay, here's where it gets a little funky because so we have layers. Oh yeah, good luck with that. You got this. So a lot of games, they sort of have a an assumption that there's only going to be one player, and that's fine. So I guess we could make let's see. Okay, so we'll use 9 and 13. Wait, 9 is pushable. So let's see. We'll use 12 and 16. Nope, 12 is already something. 17, 21. 17. Gonna be player attack. And 23. Enemy attack. No, it's 21. This needs to be 21. Okay, so let's see. And I guess let's make 18 environment. Hazard. So now if I let's see. Okay. Okay, so a projectile is a rigid body 3D, so we can tell it what layers to be on. So in this projectile launcher, we'll have export var layers. Guess it's gonna be an it. Hold on, let me see. Godot layer mask. Okay, collision mask. So we want 1, 5. probably just 1 in 5. Yeah, that's what. And then, yeah, this is also gonna be forward flags. Physics 3D. Int. Alright. So mask default, and we mask enemy, which is 8. Nope. Player's enemy. Doesn't matter. 1 and 5. And then okay. So we can say instance dot collision layer equals layer. Yeah. Or I might not actually like that. Now, the arrows shouldn't collide with the player. Wrong scene. They do collide with the world. That's what I want. But it should also collide with the enemy. I might not have put the let's see. Let's go to our slime. Damage area. Okay, so it has health. It should take damage from the arrow. Oh, but the arrow only does 1 damage, I think. How much damage does it do? It does 4. So I'd have to hit it 3 times. Let's just set this to 12. Just to see if we can knock out our slime with an arrow. Why is that not working? Also, we get stuck in the bow aim state. Oh, it needs to mask player attack. That's probably it. Maybe? Thought that would be it. Okay, let's actually we'll go back into the scene, run it, shoot an arrow, and then I'll look at it in the remote scene. Okay, arrow. Oh yeah, that's not how this works. Okay, so it does put it on the right layer. It does mask the correct layers. And then let's get our slime. Slime is on layer 5 and layer 12. I wonder if this, let's see. Oh, that's the rest. Attack. Okay. Shape is none. That doesn't seem right. I'm gonna make this red just so I can see it better. What's that? There. Attack range detector. It's not even on a layer. And then this is its world collision shape. And then this is. It's helpful to give them different colors so you can tell what's what. This is also air awareness. So this one, I'm gonna move it to layer 21. And then our player, gonna mask layer 21. Because I think it's possible that somehow one of these other colliders was on a layer that the player was or the arrow was colliding with. Oh, I guess it does need to mask player attack, doesn't it? That might have been it, actually. Okay, it is also does appear to be colliding with something else that's part of the player sometimes, but not always. Which might be why it's it should still be hitting that line. Let's see. This is kind of what I meant to do. Okay, health is still 12. 17. Damage area. Oh, I see. I know what I'm doing wrong. It's the damage area that needs to be on the correct layer. Not the arrow itself. Okay, let's just mess with some of this stuff really fast. I'm gonna put it on that layer. Actually, no, this should be an export. And then grab it so we have access to it. see if that worked. Oh, I gotta turn the input back on. There we go. Okay, that's what it was. The rigid body is colliding with the player somewhere though, so we can still make some weird bugs happen probably. Like we're not on the ground right now. That's fun. Oh, that was unexpected, but very funny. It hit the pushable block and like launched it away. Okay, so I can set the arrow back to 4 damage. Then I had this idea, yeah, we'll uncheck that for now. The stick and target, revisit and maybe add piercing. I had the idea that sometimes we want the arrow to stop and other times we want it to keep going. So like in the event of shooting a slime, we probably want the arrow to go right through it and hit what's behind it. But if it's you know, a target, a solid thing, it should stop. If it's a rope, it should probably keep going. So we want to be able to like knock down a chandelier or something with an arrow. Could be cool. Okay. So I briefly looked into Godot has a third-person sample project. Whoa. Did it again. It has a third-person shooter sample project, and in that one, in order to do the aiming, they're actually using animations. It's so weird. Why does it launch? Okay, let's look at the player again. Okay, what colliders do we have? We have our main body collider. I'm gonna make that green. We got our sensors. I did. It's a fun new bug. Slash speedrun strat. Okay, those are sphere, or these are casts, so that shouldn't matter. This is an area, but it's not on a layer. Okay, we are on layer 2. We mask layer 1, let's go. Go back to our arrow. What if we don't put it on a layer? What if it's just masking layer 1? Or maybe we'll put it on the same as the... Hi, Baka, how's it going? Okay. So I think I fixed the speedrun strat, maybe. I don't know why sometimes the arrow, like, goes crazy. See if I can do that other funny tech thing. I don't know, because it's not on layer 1 anymore. I had a fun little bug where if I shot the pushable block, it went flying. Like the arrow is super powerful. Pushable block. What if? I just want to show you because it was funny. This is just for testing purposes. That's not what happened before, but it's very funny. Projectiles add all sorts of fun new bugs that weren't here before. Let's see if I can just hit it from like a flat on angle. Yeah, that's what happened before. So I think we can keep that on. We just make the we give it like, I don't know, 100 kilograms of mass. I think that'll make it so it doesn't get launched. Because I do want it to stop the arrow. Okay, that didn't work. Never mind. Yeah, could be interesting. Having certain things that like move in a straight line when you shoot them. Not a bad idea. So yeah, I was looking into to how to best handle the aiming of the bow, and Godot has a sample third-person project that I was looking at the source code for, but the way that they do the aiming up and down is they have an animation parameter that's tweaking the it tweaks an animation state, I think. I should just download this project actually. Let me do that real quick. So I'm pretty sure it's fairly straightforward to do that. I should be able to just go asset library. Third person shooter demo. Download. It's not super big, so shouldn't take that long. Okay, it's a couple hundred megs, so. I'm pretty sure this demo is actually a network demo too. Okay. Third person demo. Install. I don't know why I didn't think to look to see how they did their stuff. In the demo that's actually made by the Godot team. Hey Mel, how's it going? We're trying to add archery to my Zelda game, and I've come up with all sorts of crazy bugs. But we can't quite aim the bow yet, at least in with the character controller. We can aim it left and right, but we can't aim up and down. And then once you take out the bow, you're kind of stuck. It doesn't let you go back to walking around. I have targeting, but it doesn't work with the bow right now. I have like most of the core. Well, I got a lot of bugs. But I got a lot of the core mechanics working. Like you can climb and ledge hang and stuff. You can climb ladders. And I got like the strafing while you're targeting moving. But yeah, none of the archery states transition back into the movement states. So you get stuck when you take out the bow. Shouldn't be that hard to. Let's go in here. We'll say elif input is action, just is action press action state machine dot state yeah, that should work. Now if I hit A, I can get back into my moving around. Okay, let's take a look at the first. Let's see how they do it. Whoa. Okay, so they have an animation tree. So they have multiple layers, it looks like. We got aim up. We got landing, falling. Strafing is a blend space. Walking's a blend space. I thought aiming was a blend space, but I could be wrong. Okay. Yeah, so they have aim up and aim down, I guess. What's this? So that's... Let's just look at the animations. What? Oh, that's the camera. This is the one. Nope. That's bullets. Where's the animation player? Player model. There we go. Aim center. Aim down. Aim up. These no exp are, I think, are ones that weren't supposed to be exported. Okay, let's go into one of these blend spaces. Let's see. That's strange. So like it's doing like an add positive and negative it's kind of hard to even tell what's going on there. I should just run the main scene. Gotta turn off the sound here. Generating shaders and stuff, probably. It's like killing my VTuber too. Okay, so. Okay, that's kind of interesting. It's not how I would have done it. So like you can aim at angles that wouldn't, like, shouldn't work. I guess from a gameplay perspective, it makes sense that anywhere that you aim the crosshair, you should be able to shoot. But it's weird that aiming like that does that. Like the arm should be aiming where it needs to shoot, not angling the bullet weird. But yeah, I need to figure out how to layer my aiming and shooting on top of my walking. They're also using root motion, which is not my preferred way of doing that. Okay, let's look at the player script here. So yeah, it sets aim amount. Let's see. Okay, so that's idle, and this is run probably, or walk. Running. No. Gun. And that is running gun. Okay. Okay, so it's got a parameter for gun. That I guess makes sense. And then strafe, we have X and Y. So here, that's strafe right, strafe left, back, forward. And these are just one-off animations. So I'm not entirely sure how this... Okay, so this is just the arm. And the neck. Interesting. What does that animation look like? Aim up. No, that's okay. And then what, eyes? I'm not sure where these like aim centered down are getting set. Okay, I kind of like this, where they're using an enum as basically as an int for the different animation states. Current animation. Makes sense. So it's in the strafe, I believe. Maybe. No, that's just. It's in walk. Done up. That's no gun. Let's run gun. It's idle. I'm still very confused by what's getting plugged in here. This is what's not making sense, because I would expect -1 to be like the gun pointing down. Not sure what this eye blend is doing here. Weird. Oh, I guess he never actually does aim down. I guess that makes sense. So, I don't know if that's like a bug in the way that their system works, but he does aim up when you look down. I wonder if that was just to keep it from like clipping with the ground or what, but it looks kind of weird. It's a cool demo. I'll have to mess around with it some more. I broke something. Oh no. just close it. It like hard crashed. Yeah. Okay, so I do have animations of the looking up and down while aiming, I think, or I can get them fairly simply. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't have animations for aiming up and down. I thought I did. Okay, so I guess I can make animations for aiming up and down. That won't be too hard. So if we go in here, so I need to duplicate this a couple of times. Bow and arrow. Draw idle. We'll make this one bow draw aim up. Bow draw aim down. And then we'll add those animations. Up. wrote down what those be, so it needs to be between negative 1.4. Positive 0.4. At least I thought that's what it needed to be. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's not working the way I want it to. I think I ran into this before too, where it doesn't like correctly save the yeah, that's not what I wanted. Because I definitely have some animations that I've modified here locally that like didn't get checked into the get repo somehow. And I'm thinking it might be a similar thing where I made an edit to an animation here and it did not didn't actually save it to the file properly. Like it saves in the resource, but it doesn't export or something. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. I might have to make the change in Blender. Because what I want is I want to make this a blend space. So aim. And then we have actually it doesn't need to be a blend space. What did I just do? Deleted the whole tree. That is not what I meant to do. Delete. Okay. Blend space 1D. This is go. And then this should be at -1. That should be down. And then +1 should be up. And then this should if I go in here, yeah, that should be animating between them. But it does not seem to be doing that. Okay. And I guess in the center it should just be there. So it is kind of almost working a little bit. But yeah, I think I need to import that one animation into Blender and then tweak it. Okay. Show you what I'm doing. All right, let's go into Action Editor. So if I delete that, so let's just get rid of all the rotations there, and then key. This. So That's not what I wanted. At least it's like doing an animation. Okay, why didn't that work? Down. Down. Okay, so didn't properly import the rig, guess. But it has frames. Oh, I didn't actually. Oh, I thought I did. What if we animations manage bow aim down, get rid of it, we'll open it again, same with bow aim up. Nope, that didn't work. Oh, that's annoying. I will probably have to continue working on this on Thursday because I think I gotta go ahead and wrap up about here. We're running out of time today, unfortunately. I'm just not gonna save that and we'll fix it later. But thank you all for hanging out. It's been fun. me find someone for y'all to raid, and then I will get out of here. Maybe. What am I doing? There we go. Let's go ahead and raid Barry. He's playing RV there yet. But yeah, thanks for hanging. I'll be back on Thursday. Have a good rest of your week.